Outside of the front row, the 8-time limited modified track champion here. Where he grew up cutting his teeth. It's Rapid Roy, Aaron Roy from Red Lake, Texas, in car number 35. Leary, Texas racer, Bailey Turner inside of number 2. Adam Roy from Red Lake, feature race winner here twice this season. He'll smash the loud pedal. You better watch out for the Roy boys in this one. I bet they end up 1 and 2 here in just a short matter of time. But Tubbs says, no you don't. Tubbs down the back straightaway, getting over the inside of Rapid Roy for the race lead. Older brother out front of little brother. Off of turn number 4, down the boulevard they come. The wild child, Jimmy Tubbs, trying to make it a 3-wide battle for the race lead. Aaron pushed way up top, high, wide, and handsome off of turn number 2. Not quite handsome, though. He got a little ugly there for him a few moments, but he'll send it off into 3 and 4. Try to pull it to the back deck load of his brother, Adam. He can't get the job done yet. Adam Roy digging like Dale, and I'm thinking like Dale Walchebeck in 1984 style. Down the back straightaway, Adam Roy. Digging, folks, he's gone. Throwing the keys on the counter to the Holiday Inn. He's on ahead and checking out of the competition. Aaron Roy was so very impressive here last weekend. Won his heat race, and the car never looked like it got upset on him tonight. He's chasing that number 35 car quite a bit. But you can never doubt Aaron Roy, one of the best in the business. Most definitely right here out of Texarkana. 50% complete. It'll be 4 laps in the books, 4 laps to go in this 8-lap affair for the IMCA Southern Sport Mods here in Texarkana tonight. Into 3, Adam Roy putting on a clinic. He's going to have to send the field to his brother's Texarkana Emergency Center. Down the front straightaway. Hang on. Into turn number 3, this time by Adam Roy, putting a clinic on here at his home racetrack. Scored a solid 3rd place run last Friday night, but he'll send it down the front boulevard into turn number 1. This time by, it'll be a white flag coming out for the driver of the Lindy Duck Trucking, Presto Magic Lane. DE Wraps. Modern Primitives number 2, the Griffin Ropers entry. Aaron Roy, still with his hands full, trying to get disposed of by the 2B of the Lady Texas racer, Bailey Turner. Final time, down the back straightaway into turn number 3. He'll roll off at turn number 4 with a lot of confidence in this one. From Red Lake, Texas, Adam Roy scores the dub. A dominant performance by Adam and a solid run for the wild child Jimmy Tubbs, who will come across the stripe now and grab 2nd. And by half a cat's whisker at the line, scored the win here weekend before last on the pole. It'll be Kobe Newman, the 18-year-old from Texarkana. Jonathan Beckett out of Texarkana, Texas. He had a solid run. This is how they finished in the Trophy Dash 1 and 2. They'll be on the front row. 61-year-old veteran Skeet Anderson from New Boston to the F5. Mighty Mike Wells in car number 38. Cole Burleson from Hooks. And Wesley Burleson, 44B. We are underway. The lights are out. We're heading off into 1 and 2 for the first time. Here comes Skeet Anderson. They're going to go 3 rounds for the race lead. Not going to work, though. Beckett tried to throw his hat in the ring, but here comes Mighty Mike Wells, the multi-time 67 Speedway champion. Hooked on the slide jump through turns 3 and 4. Yeah, baby. You got to love it. And if you don't like that, you don't like dirt track racing. Mike Wells up on the wheel tonight, baby. Here comes the 16-year-old wildly veteran Skeet Anderson for the race lead. Skeet Anderson going to dispose of a youngster, 18 years old. You couldn't multiply Kobe's age by 4, and I don't think he'd still get up to where Skeet's at here in dog years. Off of 4, down the front boulevard they come. What a race! Oh, baby! Skeet and Kobe make contact on the front straightaway, right there at the midpoint of the front straightaway, and the 36 is heading to Elvis Presley Boulevard, straight to Heartbreak Hotel. Oh, my. Oh. As Mike Wells going to go out for the race lead to the inside of the number F5, but won't be able to get the job done for number 36, going to come up limp. Kobe moving all the way to the Heartbreak Hotel. Caution flag never surfaced on the speed plant. As here comes Mike Wells for the race lead. Mike Wells at the inside for the top spot. He's got a hot rod tonight. Down the front boulevard into turn number 1. Slipping up there. Slipped up a little bit there off the exit of turn number 2. Off of turn number 4, down the front straightaway. F5 of Anderson. Trying to tick-tock the race clock here and wind it down. Skeet will be tough tonight. Burleson's worked his way to fourth. Burr still back in the respectable. It'll be the white flag coming off this next time by at the flag stand. The driver of the F5 machine out of New Boston, Texas, scored the big victory here on the July the 4th special event here on a Wednesday night. But Emerson trying to park that factory stock for the first time this season here at his home racetrack. He had a respectable run last weekend at the Lone Star Speedway at Sam and Lisa Haverty's Speed Plant in Kilgore. But looking for his first win since that night. Ski says he's pretty sure he has over 150. I'd say that he may have over 250. Who knows? The checker flag is out for the veteran racer, Skeet Amundsen. Mike Wells will grab a solid run and finish second. That may have been one of the better runs up. Racked and stacked off of 4. It'll be Kinyard and Yant from the front row. At a good start by Brandon Brown. Brandon says, hey, baby, you left the bottom wide open for me. He went over to the Mudcat in the Red River, and around goes Strickland. The 007 trying to the inside a pair of Outlaw chassis. 1, 2, 3 right now on the racetrack. Outlaws 1, 2, and 3. The 97 of Brandon Brown down the back straight off of 2, heading into turn number 3 with a sight set. And I tell you what, this is no discredit to the other guys. They might as well throw in the towel. It's hard to let 97 out front. It's one thing to get there, and then it's one thing to dispose of him. But that is why we're here to race. I mean, definitely don't want to throw into the towel, but... Rolling off of 4 this time to the flag stand. Flagman Joe Holmes showing them 2 laps to go. And lap traffic, a little heavy right here in front of your leader. Brandon Brown, final time down the back straightaway with a sight set on turn number 3 and 4 for the final time. He'll send it. He'll go up top, final time off of 4. Last weekend he won the main event. As low as you could go on the racetrack, he'll come to the checker flag using every line he had to utilize. The 97 of Brandon Brown. It's a sweet thing. World official top 3, the ABC Ready Mix number 4 machine from Mount Adel. That'll be bad. Chad Abernathy. Michael Rhodes from Paris. Not from Paris, France. He's from Paris, Texas. Ha ha ha. Driving the TRC chassis, or the Richardson Racing Addiction chassis number 7. He's going to take from the pole position. He'll light the candles off of 4. Here we go. Michael Rhodes going to take the quick road around the hub of the Texarkana 67 Speedway. They'll go 3 right here for second. Steve Ward going to get disposed of by 2 of them. The 24 of Atkinson knows how important it is. He'll get up on the whip. And he'll throttle the number 24 down on the inside of the 01A for second. The outside line momentum working to the advantage for the number 01A of Arkansas, Drew Armstrong. Here comes the youngster. Down the back straightaway off of turn number 2, heading into turn number 3, the young man, Keaton Atkinson from Hot Springs, Arkansas. Joining the Dirtworks chassis, brought right Motorsports number 24. He's got a Hoffman chassis on order, I believe is what I heard, and he'll roll off of here. I talked with Keaton last weekend down at the corner store after the races, and boy, here he comes. Hot Springs, Arkansas's 24 of Keaton Atkinson. They'll try to cross lines into turn number 3. Joe Armstrong going to have to surrender. Armstrong surrenders, goes back to third as Atkinson's working the wheel tonight. Down the front straightaway with their sights set on the number 70 for the race lead. The number 70, Jovin Addiction chassis. Richardson Motorsports number 70 of Michael Rhodes. Down the back straightaway. Keaton Atkinson's eating, baby. Into 3. Kicking up the rooster tails of dust into turn number 3 to 0-1, trying to sing it up top. Down the boulevard they come. 50% complete. 4 in, it'll be 3.5 laps to go when he needs to midpoint of the back straightaway. 3 to go when he gets to the line. Michael Rhodes out front with the race lead in commanding fashion, but it could just be a little slip and one little bobble could be the separation in this race. The 24's brought his preparation off of 4. Keaton Atkinson holding back the advances. Keaton and I, one of the conversations we had last week, I just told him how much of a better driver he gets every single week racing with the guy right now who's nipping at his heels. You have no choice but to be a better racer and be on top of your game week in and week out when you know Drew Armstrong's in the pit area. As Drew Armstrong's going to go up top once again and find some big down the back straightaway off of 2 as he sets his sights into 3. Tick-tock goes the race clock off the turn number 4, the 70 of Rose, still out front in command with the white flag out. Final time in the turns 1 and 2. They head off of 2 and down the back straightaway. Final time off of 4, the 70 of Paris, Texas racer Michael Rose takes the victory. Second for Keaton Atkinson in 24. How about that? How about it, ladies and gentlemen, for the young man having a solid run, relegating the advances of number 0 and 0, Drew Armstrong, who grabs third. On the start, a 4-cylinder heat race number 1 of the night, presented by Custom Coating and Fabrication, the youngster. 13-year-old Connor Meeben out front of the lead in car number 36. And 3 on the opening circuit. It'll be the number 36 of the youngster Colby Meeben. Connor. React and stack start. It'll be Meeben, the youngster, 13-year-old Connor Meeben from the front row. Michael White to the outside. Justin Converse inside of row number 2. The lights are out. We're ready to go. Heading into 1 for the first time in this original restart. 36 of Meeben down the back straightaway. Going to have the race lead in car number 36 into 3 and 4 for the first time in this heat. Oh, baby, a shot in the shorts if I've ever seen one, and he held on to it. Maybe got to set a little bit of whiplash. The 0 of Michael White. Brake pedal went to the floor there. The 36, though, he's unfazed. Into 3. And rolling off the 4. Into turns 1 and 2. Converse. I think it may just be a matter of time. Here he comes off a turn before he pushes up the racetrack a little bit, and they're going to go side by side for the race lead down the front straightaway into 1. Oh boy. At that time at the line, if we had transponders, I think that one would have been scored as a dead heat. Oh baby, Converse got a little loose there in the middle of 1 and 2. Nearly caught the Ute tire. Did a good job of ironing it back out. Interesting how he tries to set his car up to run the bottom here. It pushes up once again off of exit, but he's able to retain the race lead. Connor Meeben trying to get up on the wheel and get back to the back bumper to the number 49. May not be able to get there though, because tick-tock goes the race clock and sending the yellow glasses running away for him. laps to go for Justin Converse. Niebuhr still right second, down the front straightaway in a 1. Rambo having a solid run. He's up to third. Final time off of turn number 4. Face of the checkered flag goes your winner of the Falco, Arkansas, Justin Converse. 36 of Connor Newman will grab second in car number 36. And Rambo finishes third in the number 4R. Outside of Morgan Powell, it'll be Chris Bruce in the car number 95. Inside of number 2 from Texarkana, Arkansas, driving the number 3 tonight, it'll be Tracy Corp. Outside of court from El Dorado, Arkansas, the youngster, the 17-year-old, won here last Friday night from Mateo. It'll be Michael King Jr. Ryan Pate from Texarkana, piloting your number 3 car. The lights are out. We are underway here in Texarkana. I like that Dale Earnhardt 3. Michael King Jr. already going to work. They're going to go side by side here for the race lead. Off of 2 down the back. Off of 4 down the front straightaway. Morgan Powell. Hey, the ladies can get the job done. Don't ever doubt them. Morgan Powell led the first lap, but she has to surrender and maybe go to second, but she's down the back straightaway with a head of steam. Here comes Michael King Jr. Oh, baby. It's hot and heavy. They're going to go 3 wide for the race lead in the 3 and 4. Who's going to lead the second lap off of 4? Michael King way up top, running like a yo-yo with no string. Oh, my goodness. Michael King, higher than Willie Nelson in a cross-country tour, Snoop Dogg riding shotgun, folks. Look at him up top. He'll roll down the back straightaway. Oh, baby, they're going to go 3 wide once again. How bad do you want it? Kind of Friday night here in Texarkana. Oh, my goodness, and Michael King don't want none of that. That Mitsubishi E-Class about ended up back in Hong Kong. Good Lord. Down the back straightaway. Morgan Powell going to nose ahead and have the race lead by about a half a cat. Whisker losing the handle for a minute, but that's the good thing. I overcorrected it. A little bit of Paul Walker action there. Down the front straightaway, that's W-I-L-D. That's wild. But you got to love it. These 4-cylinders are on the edge of disaster. There's a thin line between love and hate. And right now, Tracy Cook kind of hating himself a little bit there. Got a little loose up there on the cush. Here comes Michael King, the 17-year-old, on the throttle. Down the back straightaway, working to the inside. The young lady trying to score one for all the women here tonight. Morgan Powell, no stranger to victory lane, holding back the advances of him. Here comes Michael King, though. He knows ahead for the race lead by a car length. He'll take over the race lead. They head off into 1 and 2 with 2 more laps to go. 1.5 underneath the midpoint of the back straightaway. He bobbles a little bit there off the exit of 2 and opens the door. Here comes Morgan Powell for the race lead. What a race being here in Texarkana. This is why we love 4-cylinder racing. Doesn't matter what the cars look like. Doesn't matter who the drivers, where they come from. You put on a race like this, we're going to love it. Off of 4 to the line. Here they come. White flag is out. And the best race so far tonight here in Texarkana. They're going to go over the race lead. Young lady Morgan Powell and Michael King Jr. Maybe he thought the race was over. I'm not sure. He's on the gas now. Final time. Into 3 and off of 4. Michael King Jr. either broke. I'm not sure, but off of 4. How about the young lady Texarkana's Morgan Powell in 21 takes the victory over the dominant Michael King Jr. Hey, race fans, y'all give him a hand. You got to give him a hand for the 2 youngsters. The 16-year-old Morgan Powell takes the win in heat race number 2 for the 4-cylinders. Morgan Powell fighting there. That's the... Hey, what do you say, race fans? We'll go ahead and get this party started. It'll be up to the Wiley veteran racer, the 61 of Skeet Emerson. They'll get the candles lit and light the fire off the turn number 4. We are going to go for 20 laps. Skeet Emerson and Brandon Brown from the front row. We're underway here in Texarkana. Should be a dandy as they head off into 1 For the first time here tonight, Mighty Mike Wells going to go to the inside for a second. Down the back straightaway. The 3 wide back here with the 007, the 22 of Cole Burleson. In the turn number 3, it's a logjam and a beehive off of 4. Here comes Mike Wells for the race lead off of 4. Oh, baby, Brandon Brown. That squeezed just a little bit there. And if you don't like it, you don't like racing. And Brandon, or the 38 of Mike Wells, got a little shot in the shorts there from the 0 of Beckett. Look at this race right now. Here comes Colby Newbern down the back straightaway. Colby Newbern from the tail, trying to get inside of the top 5. They're going to go 3 wide for 3rd. Off of turn 4. Look at that cross center from the elevator down to the basement for the 97 of Brandon Brown. What a race so far to this point. The wildly veteran racer, Skeet Anderson, 61 years out front, marching to the beat of his own drum right now as they head off into 3 with their sights set here. To the center point of 3 and rolling off of 4. Now Brown going to dispose of the number 38 of Wells. Tries to get out of the clutches of him for a moment or two. Colby Newbern marching to the front, folks. The 36 car obviously racing with a lot of emotion tonight in the heavy heart. He'll get a shot there into the tail tank of him by little 14 of Frost. Brandon Brown going to go up top this time. He'll try to find some dig and some bite off the 4, but the F5 of Amos is off on the lead. Oh, Skeeter out front with the lead. 200 career victories plus down the back straight for the F5 car. Trying to get this thing parked on the slab in the victory lane. He'll have his work cut out for him tonight. The good news is you're out front with the lead. The bad news is you got the winningest driver in the factory stock division here all year long, nipping at your heels. Oh, he's getting ready to be here in a moment. Always some good and bad news for you. Mighty Mike Wells. The good news is he's got a good car tonight. The bad news is he's about to surrender the 3rd spot into the 0 of Beckett as the low side of the racetrack seems to be the place to be. Look at that cross center by the 38 of Mike Wells. That was nice. Mike Wells flirting with disaster down to the hub of the racetrack. Trying to get that thing to rotate and not clip the Uke tire down there. But right now, Brandon Brown going to try to go to work. Last weekend he won here on Friday night. He couldn't have gone any lower than a Mudcat in the Red River, folks. He was as close to those Uke tires as you could get. And right now, the F5 of Anderson not able to keep his car quite pinned down there as low as the 97 can through 3 and 4. He's able to keep it pinned down in 1 and 2 that low. But I'm not sure through 3 and 4 that Anderson's able to keep his car. That time he did, though. But here comes Brandon. Here comes Brandon Brown off of 4. It's heating up. And the 1 and 2. Here comes Brandon with his head on fire down the back straightaway. Old school versus new school tonight, baby. Old school out front with the race lead, but here comes new school up top. Off of 4, Brandon Brown trying to hunt down the throne, the F5 veteran racer Skeet Anderson here at the home stretch. And they head off into 1. It's heating up again down the back straightaway. Brandon Brown going to utilize the high lane of the Texarkana 67 Speedway. Should be coming down to halfway this time. Brandon Brown higher and really nice on the cross country tour once again. We see a few guys go that high tonight. Off of 4 down the front straightaway. You got all RACE tonight brewing. It's a race down the back straightaway. Anderson smooth as butter. He's on a roll. Down the back straightaway. F5 in command. Brandon Brown flirting with disaster up top. Can't find the niche that he's looking for. Trying to find that dig. 9 laps to go. Eight and a half more drops of the hat down the back straightaway. Do you think that it's just a matter of time? Does he play a little more conservative? Does he? Here he comes. These guys right now are on the edge. On the absolute edge. As Anderson knows that he's got to go and go now. The 97. Going to maybe try to utilize lap traffic if they get there to his advantage. Brown inching in closer. Not by feet, but he's inching. Here he comes. Centimeters getting gobbled up into 1. Looked like he took the air there off the F5. Messed the entry up for him, but he'll continue to roll out front with the lead in the F5. Skeet Anderson still holds on. Down the back straightaway in the turn number 3. Oh, baby, look out, Skeet. Skeet got in there a little off kilter. 7 laps to go. And a dandy tonight here in Texarkana with lap traffic up ahead of you in front of your race leaders. Oftentimes in lap traffic, you want to be the driver sitting in second. You're often in the catbird seat when you're running in second rather than out front with the lead. Because in second, you can dictate where you should or should not go according to where the leader does go. Off of 4, this time by at the line. Here comes Brandon Brown with a big run to the outside. Oh, baby! He drove underneath the fuel cell. Brandon Brown. What can Brown do for you? Well, his eyebrows are on fire right now because he just smelled the tail tank of F5. Burnt the nose hairs. Off on 4. Here comes F5 out from the lead, but here comes Brown. He may take that bottom line away. Into 1. Lap traffic. Going to play a factor in tonight's race. The F5 trying to shut the door in front of him. Oh, baby. Off on 2 down the back straightaway. Anderson tries to slam the door shut right in front of the face of the 97. He says, get off of my porch. And the 97 of Brown says, yes, sir, for right now. Off of 4. He'll fight back to the inside once again. The F5 of Skeet Emerson leaving the bottom lane wide open. And he'll try to come down and slam the door in front of him once again. He's walked through the screen door now. Oh, boy. Oh, my goodness, race fans. We're coming down to 2 laps to go this next time by. Who's it going to be? Skeet Anderson won an absolute thriller here on July 4th, overtaking and beating Justin Whitehead. Tonight, he is going to have to hold off the hungriest hound of them all. Who's going to be the bad dog with no biscuit? The 97 of Brown looks to be that man right now, but here he comes. He's going to send it back up top. He brought his stance, folks. He'll send it in between the 3. Wow, he drove that car much deeper into the corner that time than he has the entirety of this race at that point. He pushes way up top, and Brandon Brown is going to move. Take it away. No, the white flag is out. Oh, my. Who's it going to be, Texarkana? Get it on your feet. Make some noise. Down the back straightaway for the final time in the 23. It's going to be a photo finish. You know it's coming, race fans. It's going to be a photo finish. In the 3 and off of 4 for the final time. Brandon Brown way up top. Off of 4. Drag racing to the line. And Brandon Brown's going to steal it on the final lap from Skeet Anderson. Heartbreak Hotel for Skeet Anderson. Oh, what an absolute Donnybrook thriller. Ladies and gentlemen. Oh my goodness. By half a cat's whisker at the line. That was pretty fun. Skeet Anderson, 61-year-old veteran racer. Oh, look out, Brandon. Holy smokes. If the race wasn't wild enough, Brandon was about to park his car on Highway 67. Shoot. Give it up for him, race for the 11th win of the year. Climbing out from Hooks, Texas, Brandon Brown in 97. Dude. Man, if your emotion doesn't say it all, if that don't get the old blood flowing, man, what an outstanding race, man. You send it up top and let the big dog eat.
Man, I'm all about giving somebody some room, and I ain't sticking nobody in that wall. That man right there stuck me in the wall. He's screwed.
Nonetheless, you still came out here with the victory, though, Brandon. I mean, at the end of the day, you'll look back on this one years from now and you'll say, man, what a hell of a race that was.
It was a race. But I deserved that one.
Yeah, you definitely earned it. You went up top. It was a fantastic race, man. Let's hear about the folks that helped you out on the race car.
Outlaw Race Cars. Ben, my wife. Hey, Kenzie, watch your mouth. Best engines, man. This thing is set on dig.
It is.
Club 20, he redone everything for me this week, and I think it got faster. So,
hey, man, I just want to say I had a lot of fun calling that race. I know all these great race fans certainly enjoyed that one. All that other stuff, man, I hope y'all can go over there and shake it out, man, shake hands and realize, man, that was a fun race because I certainly had a lot of fun calling. I know it had to be fun from where you were sitting, man. Awesome run.
Yeah, it's just nerve-wracking.
I know it is, man. Outstanding run, though, folks. Give it up for him. Brandon Brown takes the victory tonight. We'll feature on the pole, driving the jet chassis, car number 54. Clint Shirtliff in the Hobby Machine Shop powered entry. Jimbo, Jamie Clayton to the outside. We're underway. Oh, my. Clint Shirtliff got... Underway in your hobby stock main event and jumping out to the early race lead here is Jimbo Clayton. Many of you folks know who Gary Green was, right? He only won a couple. Danny Cathy in the 33D from Texarkana. Kyle Johns piloting the 5J. Shelby Franks, Little Rebel out of Texarkana, the number 50. Jerry Stevens Jr. just exited the racetrack on the hook, unfortunately for him. Patrick Drummer, the 2017. Dakota Cooper, I believe his first start at a Willisville. And we'll get them back underway here with Jimbo Clayton out front with the lead. Just in time. Final time off of turn number 4. Dominating. Jimbo, Jamie Clayton wins another one here in Texarkana tonight. So after last week's hobby stock main event that had 4 different leaders and 6 lead changes, this week there's no doubt Jamie Clayton dominated from the drop of the green flag in this one. Just got the mic working back again just as he was taking the checkered flag, so at least we'll get to talk to him about it. So in the Livingston Trucking, Tyler Green, Trucking number J3. Give it up for him, folks. For the North Louisiana State Championship winner, Jamie Jimbo Clayton in J3. Well, Jamie, you've been pretty good all season long, but I guess back to early season form, man, you've ran into a little bit of bumps in the road. I guess the mid to the latter part of the season here. Car's been fast all year, but just like last week, you just kind of got pinned up there. But tonight, man, leaving no doubt, I think you left all the way up to 4th or 5th.
Oh man, it was awesome tonight. You know, last weekend we had a bunch of out of town cars come. Man, we had a blast last weekend. I know we put on a heck of a show for the fans. That's the most fun I've had in this class all year long. I'll take second any day like that.
And that's what we do it for. I mean, you'd probably take a second or third. You always want to be standing right here at the end of the night, but if you can race like that, I told the fans a moment ago coming down here that you dominated this week, but last week we had 4 different leaders and 6 lead changes. I mean, what more can you ask for behind the cockpit?
Oh, no, you can't ask for a better race than that from sitting in the seat. You know, I just wish I'd have been able to watch it.
This hobby stock class really seems to be growing, man.
Oh, yeah. I think they may try to run a few more tracks next year, so hopefully it'll keep growing.
It's definitely a positive sight and a shot in the arm for all of you guys. You know, have some more competition, and definitely a full field is always a plus. But, man, let's hear about all the great folks that help you out in this race team.
Yes, sir. Livingston Trucking, Tyler Green Trucking, my mom, dad, my wife, Matt Ralston Trucking. Just all of them stand behind me on it.
These cars, they handle anything similar to them factory stocks or what? I mean, the tires obviously are different, but do you have to drive these things harder or what?
Yeah, you got to drive them a little bit harder, and of course you're going in the corner a lot faster, so kind of kill a little bit of that side bite them factory stocks get. But
you've been successful in both of them. That's why I asked, man. Great run tonight.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Give it up for folks. Jamie Jimbo Clayton takes your hobby stock win tonight. William 35. Patrick Franks from Texarkana, the 150. Outside, over number 2B of the Lady Texas Racer Bailey Turner. Inside of 4, the winningest driver here this year. Driving the Ronnie's Paint and Body, number 88. The Mopar man, R.J. Stroman, the showman. Outside of the Adam Moy from Red Lake, Texas. Justin Whitehead in 36J. The lights are out, we're on the way for 20 laps. 20 laps of ground pounding. Got a little wild there for a moment. Whitehead's going to go down to the scenic route off of 2. And he's going to pull back out, and we're going to get a caution for 36J. So once again, the number 15 of BJ Moore from Falk, Arkansas, going to put his foot through the firewall and get the party restarted and get the candles lit, and the cake has been baked. Here we go. I said that all backwards. Here we go. We're back underway. Jimmy Tubbs shoots up the racetrack. They're opening up and they're going 3 wide. 4 wide off the exit of turn number 2. Oh my! They're 4 wide there momentarily. They head down the back shoulder. Here comes R.J. Stroman and Eddie with the 3 wide back there. They're 1 by. Oh baby, look out! They just wrecked 1,000 times. R.J. Stroman, the 23 of John Good, the 2 of Adam Moore. They're still 3 wide. It's a log jam. Off the exit of 2 down the back shoulder. Whitehead gets through unscathed somehow. As BJ Moore out front singing a song. Oh boy, and Adam Moore just... cattywampus. It's out of whack, and I would be a little nervous if I was behind a 72 on this restart. That thing's about to be looser than a three-legged dog in an icy lake. How does his family feel? How do you feel, ma'am? Oh, how do you feel?
It's hard seeing him.
It's hard. I imagine. Here we go. Oh, Jimmy gonna try to live up to the moniker. Oh, baby, he jumped to the back bumper to the 88, but Strowman's up to second now. Down the back straightaway. Hey, he's doing it. He might need to set it up like that anyway. He's holding on pretty good. Oh, and off for 4. Whitehead. Whitehead trying to do what he did here last Friday night. And that is come from the tail from his heat, but tonight he had to come from the tail of the main event. 36J, the summertime Cajun Cruiser Classic winner, will be racing weekend after next for $11,000 in this year's Hoosier Tri-Southwest Southern Nationals as roll the third. Winding the laps here, Texarkana tonight. R.J. Strowman and Whitehead going to go back up top. That time in 36J threw off of 4. 36J riding up top. Now Adam Roy and Barry Turner make some contact. On a hot night here in August, closing out. Good shoe. So it's all more right now with BJ out front with the lead. And here comes Whitehead on a good restart. 36J got a hell of a restart. Oh my. Whitehead going to drive to the outside of the number 15 for the race lead. And the English Racer Performance chassis built by Jason Ingles out in front in command of this one, R.J. Strowman. 3 different chassis manufacturers occupying your top 3 right now. Actually 4 of them. The fast chassis with the 72 of Jimmy Tubbs. And out front is the ILP built by Ingles. And the rest in peace to James Kyle and Donnie Jones, number 15. In the 1, BJ Moore trying to relegate the advances of the number 36J down the back straightaway of Justin Whitehead. The 3 right back there was good. This is what it came down to here last Friday night. It came down to 36J and 15. And 00. The 00 did everything he could to hold back the advances of the number 36J. Whitehead was able to get around him on a late race restart. And a hell of a race here last weekend. But tonight, R.J. Strowman's going to throw his hat into the ring and become a player. He'll roll third in the number 88 Mopar powered entry. Whitehead will take the elevator. We'll take it straight to the basement in 3 and 4 when a little too low in the basement. I don't think you can get lower in the basement though. That's the point. Into 3. Nearly chopped the Ute tire there. Off of 4. Down the boulevard. BJ Moore still out front in command. You got a race brewing, Texarkana race fans. What more do you want? Getting ready to come down to it. Few cars scattering down there to the bottom 1 and 2 this time by. We still got 10 laps to go. 10 laps to go. Whitehead knows he's got to go, and he's got to go now. Watch the dig. The bite. The 36J got off the exit of turn 2 as he heads down the back straightaway. Whitehead's got some dig now. It's centered up top in turns 3 and 4. The best engine power. Spencer and Son Timber. Phone Pros, AT Delivery, RaceOnTexas.com. Sainsford 36J gets the door slammed shut right there in front of his face again. We'll try to stay on the throttle in the center of 1 and 2. The 15 bobbles. He'll open up the door down the back straightaway. Here comes Whitehead down the back straightaway. He's got Here I Go Again on My Own by Whitesnake playing in his head right now. Off of 4, going down the only road he's ever known. Baby. Side by side at the flag stand for the race lead. The 36J still relegated to second by half a nose on the number 15 of BJ Moore. It's a how bad do you want it kind of Friday night. A show me what you got Friday night special. And the 15 of BJ Moore relegated to number 36J of Whitehead still to hold on to the top spot. They're giving HE double hockey sticks for the lead. Look, what do you want? Down the back straightaway off the exit of turn 2. Whitehead going to oh, baby. Whitehead makes contact. A shot in the shorts with the number 15 of BJ Moore. BJ Moore feels the pressure now, but he's wider than a quadruple wide trailer. If you don't like this, you don't like dirt track racing. Oh my goodness. Whitehead flirting with disaster once again. He'll send it back up top in turns 3 and 4. RJ Stroman licking his chops, riding right there between the top two. Who's it going to be tonight? Whitehead's tried the low lane. He's tried the basement. He's tried the middle of the high line. He's tried the high line. He's tried the highest line. I don't know what other lines he could test. He'll go way up top this time, but Grandpa keeps the good bourbon. Here comes 36J now. He'll try to find some dig off of 4. BJ Moore too strong on the hub though. The preferred line of Whitehead. Oh baby, he slipped up. The 15 slipped up and allows Whitehead to get a run down to the inside of the race lead. We'll go at it hot and heavy. BJ Moore going to stay on the mat. Through 3. Oh, and the 15 pushes up the racetrack. Opens up the door. 36J goes to the race lead. BJ Moore not done though. BJ gonna try to fight back here in the waning laps of this one. BJ's got something working right around the center. Folks, this is storybook stuff right here. It's how bad do you want it? BJ Moore's car is working fairly well up there, but 36J inches away by a few more, or about a half a car length, but boy, the 15 just sent it. White flag. Well, last night, folks, or last Friday night, he passed 15 total cars tonight. He starts from the tail. And driver, Les Haynes Ford, Spencer Sun Timber, A&T Delivery Phone Pros, 36J, Justin Whitehead dominates and he wins another one. Right, he did not dominate. He earned that one. Hey, do you think we could? I want to talk to BJ Moore down there if I can. See if we can send BJ Moore to Victor Lane. I want to interview him. Race fans, when he comes out of the car, you got to give him a round of applause for him and BJ Moore. They put on a great display there. That was a lot of fun. Two guys absolutely laying it all on the line, getting ready to climb out. The 7-time Cajun Classic winner, Justin Whitehead, and 36J. Yeah, somebody tried to climb in there with you. That was my cousin. It's his cousin. Hey, if anybody's able to hop up on the porch, I guess it'd be your cousin. Man, it just last Friday night, man. I love the emotion, man. You all fired up here. BJ made you earn one last week. You definitely had to earn this one. You started final row in this one, Justin, and man, he tried to keep you pinned back there on the bottom, man. You finally let it dig up top. Y'all cross lines off of 2. Once you got that preferred lower line, man, the car just kind of set sail from there. What a race, though.
I ain't sure what y'all paid $10 in here to get to see, but that had to be awesome from where y'all was sitting. It was a blast from my seat. Nice to be able to run good and clean with somebody and be able to race like that and never touch.
That's what you guys have been doing here the last couple of weeks, man. BJ's really starting to find that niche in that number 15, and racing with a heavy heart tonight. And I'm sure it was definitely on your mind as well with the loss of James and Donnie Jones this week.
It sure was. It was totally different not having to listen to James. You miss it at some point, and we sure will miss him and be with the Kyle family, Jamie, of course, and Linda and all them. Can't say sorry enough.
Absolutely, man. Let's hear about all the folks that help you out in the race car.
Woo! AT Delivery, Hadaway's Towing, Thompson Motorsports, Best Engines, Texarkana Tire and Wheel, my wife Sarah, of course, Henry Motorsports, Pro One Transmission for the awesome transmission. Hey, my nose is messed up too.
For a wake up.
How was it? Hadaway's Towing, Sestera Plumbing, everybody, man, they're awesome.
I always weigh out. I always have to get like one more while I think about it. Last weekend I said you set the car up. I thought you may have thrown something at it. It really worked. This week, throughout the week, did you go through this thing all over again and throw something different at tonight? Or did you just keep the way it was set up last week?
Man, about to the point me and BJ got really fast cars, and I don't think there's anything else we can do, so It was a lot of fun.
I was curious. Awesome run, man.
Thank you.
Give it up for folks. Justin Whitehead grabs the win tonight. And I'll get a quick word with BJ Moore. He may not want to. BJ's pretty competitive. He's not really the kind of guy that wants to interview for second. But, hey, man, I just want to say you ran a flawless race. That was an awesome show. Great run tonight.
Thank you, Zach.
Absolutely. I know you're racing with a heavy heart out here, man. I know you wanted to park this thing on the slab, but man, awesome race. I know them two guys had to been upstairs grinning from ear to ear. I know you gave it your all.
Oh yeah, they was helping us out. Congratulations, Justin. He's kind of hard to beat.
You want to talk about anything particular? You want to thank the folks that help you out in this race team?
There's not a whole lot of people on this race team. Just want to thank everybody for coming out and supporting James and 15.
Yeah. I tell you, overcome with emotion, man. I just want to say, awesome run, man. I'm proud of you. Hell of a run tonight, BJ.
Thank you, Zach.
Give it up for him, ladies and gentlemen. He's definitely racing with a heavy heart. Y'all give it up for BJ Moore. Those two dudes right there, Class X. Here we are. Chassis Day Motorsports injury from Benton, Arkansas is Drew Armstrong. Cass Huff. And the 40 of Jesse Schwetman makes it out. Look at this. It's a log jam for the race lead. Atkinson got a little cattywampus there to the center of the corner in the 1 and 2. But down the back straight away. Oh boy, Drew Armstrong threatening the needle. He'll walk right through the threshold. That the 70 leaves open for him. He's on the mat. On the 4. Leading lap number 1 is going to be Armstrong. And the more shocks by Katie Dillard Racing. Digging underneath the hood, or digging underneath the 01 of Armstrong. As Steve Rebel Ward tries to fight back in the number 50, but it's not enough. Atkinson got a little flustered there. He pulls to the outside, and the caution's out. We'll talk about how much better he's gotten with his race program, just racing with the likes and door-to-door with the man right there to his outside and Armstrong. So we'll see what happens on the original restart. Here we go. In the 1. Rebel, oh boy. And Atkinson and 01 got bottled up behind those top 2, and it slows the 24K's progress, and he comes to a screeching stop, and the caution flag will wave. We'll find out with Steve Rebel Ward out front, or on the pole anyway, with Michael Rhodes from Paris. Keep in mind, Michael Rhodes won a Thriller here earlier in the season over the 01 of Armstrong and Atkinson. We'll see what happens here, and Atkinson's done the same. Here we go. IMC Modified main event underway here on demand on raceontexas.com. They go 3 wide for second. Down the back straightaway on the opening circuit on this third restart. Lloyd's going to send it in deep there in the number 70 car, trying to find some bite and dig. He stays sliding up to the cushion and grabs the throttle, and somehow, some way, O1A still leads the first circuit here in Texarkana. Drew Armstrong, though, got a little loose, but it doesn't hurt his progress. Here comes Keaton Atkinson. He's eating. Here comes Atkinson to the Dirt Works chassis, number 24, to the outside of the number 50 of Steve Rebel Ward for the third spot. Here comes Keaton. He'll dig and fight and scratch up to second now at the line. 24K up to second. Keaton Atkinson rolls there to the outside of the Texarkana 67 Speedway with a lot of momentum and biting down the back straightaway with that top shelf, working to his advantage. Nonetheless, though, having to put too much work in for this second spot, but Michael Rhodes just sitting on a pull over to get to the back bumper to the 01, and here he comes now. Do not count your chickens, race fans. Drew Armstrong may be the baddest hot rod all year of this bunch, but Keaton Atkinson has other plans tonight. Here he comes. Keaton Atkinson undoubtedly ripping it up top tonight. And he's trying to get something brewing. May need to get a little help, though. If he can get some help and one of these guys behind him gets up top and gets that top lane kind of blown off a little bit more, he may just reel the 01 right to him. He may need that help, though, as undoubtedly the quickest line around the track is right there around the tires where the 01A happens to be. Yeah, I love the racer who loves to just send it up top anyway and gets the good out of it. Atkinson. Kid's smooth, man. We may have to start the next racing season off with a bounty already on Armstrong. This will be his final trip, I believe, to the speed plant in 2018. As he'll get ready to prepare to go to Boone, Iowa for the Boone Super Nationals. A whole straightaway advantage now for the Eller's Restaurant sponsored Larry Shaw Chassis 01. One and a half laps to go at the midpoint of the back straightaway with the 0-1 of Drew Armstrong. He'll head around for the final time of the 2018 season here at the racetrack that he was called home on Friday nights. He'll head down the interstates and through the highways to the heartland of the IMCA beat. Drew Armstrong will head to Boone, Iowa with a lot of confidence and momentum after he's dominated on Friday nights here in Texarkana. And he'll try to represent us at the Super Nationals in a big way. Keaton Atkinson, another solid runner-up finish here in the Dirtworks Chassis Built Right Motorsports 24. Similar to last weekend, we mentioned the IMCA modified car count was a little bit low. There's quite a few guys that are saving their race cars, I think, getting ready to go to Boone, Iowa to the Super Nationals. But yeah, I mean, hey, Drew Armstrong's taking every opportunity he can get to better each and every car he's got. He just got that new Rage chassis added to the stable there in Benton, Arkansas. But this car here is his old reliable and faithful Larry Shaw race car. So in the Elia's Mexican Restaurant, Ambush Legend Crafts 01A, it's Drew Armstrong from Benton, Arkansas. Give him a hand, 67. I guess kind of a similar story as last weekend. Car count's a little low, but nonetheless, man, you know you got to go. And that youngster back there is nipping at your heels. I talked to him last week, and he said, I just let Drew get out a little too early. And I guess tonight, car was working really good around the bottom, and Keaton tried. He just ran out of time.
Yeah, them first couple starts was a little crazy. It's hard to get these things going sometime, but car was good tonight.
We talked last week. I saw you hot lap the new Rage here tonight. Obviously, car's seen the same racing service. Which one felt better to you here?
Still in love with this one, but they're the same.
So did you decide after what I asked you last week which one you're going to bring up there? You're just going to bring them both and figure it out?
I don't know. I'm going to just flip a coin and see what happens.
They're both set on kill. They are pretty good. The new car looks fantastic, by the way. Who did the wrap on that car?
Victory Signs up in Wisconsin.
Just curious. It looks fantastic. When are you heading to Boone?
Next Saturday.
Next Saturday. So will you be here next Friday?
I'll be here.
I lied to all the fans. Thought you maybe leaving before that. Nonetheless, man, let's hear about all the great folks who help you on this race team.
Ellie's Mexican Grill, Done Delivery, Ambush Boats, Dove Plumbing, East End Towing, just everybody. Everybody keep praying for Larry. The cancer's come back and it's not looking good.
I didn't know that, man. It's definitely hate to hear that. We'll definitely keep Larry Shaw in our thoughts and prayers. Give it up for him, race fans. Picking up another victory on the season. Drew Armstrong, 0-1A out of Benton, Arkansas, grabs the victory tonight.
Let her hold that.
Here.
Keaton, like we talked last week, man, over at when I see you at the gas station, we was talking about your run. So, man, Drew gets out front like that and disposes a few car lanes. It's hard to make that up throughout the race. The car was really eating up top tonight, though.
Yeah, the car was awesome. Just it's hard to beat him when he gets out front. Most of the time when he gets out there, it's smooth sailing. So it's we're just working on it a little harder. Maybe we'll get him next week.
Did you make significant changes after last week, or what?
We changed a lot before the feature. Doug Babb helped me out a lot, so got to thank him and everybody on the race car. But try it next week.
You look fantastic, though, man. No doubt.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Give it up for folks. Keaton Atkinson from Hot Springs, Arkansas grabs the runner-up finish here tonight. On the pole, though, the winningest driver in this division since this class started several years ago to be Justin Converse from Falk, Arkansas, and C49. Morgan Powell from the outside front row from Texarkana. The young lady going to be on the outside of Converse, and he brought it to the green at a snail's pace. Little cat and mouse kind of start there. So right now, Michael King Jr. going to go at it for the third spot here to the inside of the number 3 machine. Wyatt Pate in the number 3. Connor Meeburn trying to go down to the inside of the number 3 here in the 1 and 2. Here comes Michael King Jr. now to the inside of Morgan Powell for a second. And Michael King Jr. This should be a lot of fun here. Boy, he drove that car very deep off into the corners. Able to keep that thing still straight. But Morgan Powell right there with him. And I don't know, man, but this is impressive. I've given Justin Converse many props. I always give credit when credit is due, but right now the 2 heavyweights in this class all year. Michael King Jr. has really showed up and showed out to the midpoint of this season towards the tail end, and man, he is going to go right by Justin Converse for the race lead. Justin Converse, though, has undoubtedly been the dominant force in this class since it started, and he is not done. Look at that. He got a big job there to the inside of the 14 junior of Michael King, and this is what you love to see. 2 of the winningest drivers in this class this season going at it door-to-door for the race lead. Michael King Jr. gonna have to surrender the top spot again. We have swapped the lead now 3 times at this point. Michael King back down to the inside. Oh my goodness. Nearly got into the U-tire on the entry to the corner. Had to get on the brakes in the front end, skate it up, and make contact with Converse. Converse is able to corral it and hold on to it. So Michael King with wins at 5 different tracks this season, as well as Justin Converse. Converse with wins at 5 different tracks on here. He won $1,000 at Lone Star Speedway several months ago. He's won at Arklatex. He's won at Boot Hill. He's won in Warren, Arkansas, and he's won here in Texarkana. And right now, he was rolling like a yo-yo with no string. It's like when 14 Junior went by, he went even harder. But I would not count out the youngster out of El Dorado, Arkansas, 17-year-old Michael King Jr. trying to roll back in C49 for the race lead. 50% in, 50% to go. As lap traffic right in front of Converse. Converse will try to dispose of the lap traffic and get through unscathed, and he will. In our final race of the night here in Texarkana. In the second to final event of the 2018 season here at 67, look out Michael King. Michael King, he's turning the wick back up. He's pulling back to the back bumper to the number C49 of Converse here for the race lead. Michael King Jr. turning up the wick now. It's another how bad do you want it kind of main event here on a Friday night special. Off of 4, Michael King with his crosshairs dialed to the back deck door to the C49 for the race lead. The stand of the hourglass keeps ticking away though. Tick-tock goes the race clock. Down the back straightaway, Converse. The advantage out front, coming down to a slimmer margin. And here comes Michael King again. A bottle there through 3 and 4. The 14 junior now to the inside for the top spot. About a half a nose up front was Converse. They'll drive it in, they make more contact. Then a 1 and 2 and around goes Converse. Oh my, he saved it. Or I don't know if he saved it. I mean, depends on how you see it at one point. C49 honestly, we'll call it to the final view here. I don't believe, honestly, what some people may think, I don't believe it was intentional. I think it was hard racing. I think once Converse thought he was coming around, he pulled up the e-brake and it slid a little bit there. And Michael, his inertia, the momentum kept rolling forward, but it's borderline. It's borderline. Oh my. Dukes of Hazzard style. Oh boy, that's a retaliation right there. Oh, that's what you call intentional racing. Metalrado going to lead him down the back straightaway here for the restart. Converse led him to the initial green at a snail's pace. Just about as slow as the 14 junior, I'd say, is right now. And he's on the gas, and we're back underway. This is wild. How's this going to settle? I think Michael King knows in the back of his mind that he has got to go, and he's got to go now. And Justin Converse, he wants it. It'll be 2 laps to go this time, and Converse is coming. Converse running out of time. It'll be 1.5 laps to go when he meets the main part of the back straightaway. Converse got a big run there off the exit of 2. And he's cut down a car length. But this time by race fans, it'll be the white flag for the final race on this Friday night here in a hot night in August. Off of 4 down the front straightaway, your final race of the night. Justin Converse in hot pursuit with the crosshairs dialed to the back deck, or the back bumper to the 14 junior of Michael King Jr. But the time has officially ran out of the hourglass as your winner. Off of turn number 4 from El Dorado, Arkansas, 17-year-old Michael King Jr. has to ruffle a few feathers to get this one tonight. The C49 of Justin Converse will grab the bridesmaids' honors and come home in the second spot. Morgan Powell from Texarkana, the young lady, finishes in 3rd. And we'll head down for a post-race interview here. For all you great folks that are heading out, we thank you once again on behalf of the Gardeners, Chris Green, Marla Green in the booth, Miss Ree Covington, Joe Holm, the flagman. I want to thank Valerie Wells with RaceOnTexas.com tonight behind the lens. I'm Zach Clark with Race on Texas. It's been an absolute pleasure to call the race in action here on Friday nights. Once again, thank y'all so much for being here. I hope you can come back here next Friday night for the final race of the year. Getting ready to climb out of the machine from El Dorado, Arkansas. Hey, y'all let me jump. Y'all let me get out here first. Give it up for him, folks. If you're heading out, he earned another one tonight. Michael King Jr. takes the victory in 14 junior. Well, young man, you've had to earn quite a few wins this year and in all different fashions tonight. Tell me about the contact down there in 1 and 2. It looked like it was just hard racing, apparently. Y'all just made contact at the absolute right time, I imagine.
Well, I got there one time and we bumped a little bit. I probably could have given him a little bit more room the first time, but I was there the second time, and when he goes in the corner, he has a really big arc. So he comes down, and I'm there. I can't turn off and slow down in the middle of the corner when I have position. But I don't know what happened on the backstretch. I was just doing my normal thing, and I just got ran over.
Reason why I asked, I just feel like you guys are just vying for the same real estate on the same racetrack. I don't think there was any intent. Not that you needed to explain yourself, Michael, but I mean, it just seemed like really hard racing. It didn't seem like too much intention out there. Man, you two guys are the winningest drivers in this class since this thing started. So you have to get every inch of this out of this car as you can get.
Yeah, we've raced clean all the time. We race side by side all the time. We're front runners. We race clean normally, and I'm gonna go over there and I'm gonna talk to him and let him know that there was no intent in any of that. It was a huge accident. I mean, it was just hard racing.
Be honest with you, buddy. I really don't even think he's that upset, to be honest. I don't know. Just reading his demeanor in the race car, I'm not sure that he is. I'm sure that you two guys show some sportsmanship, shake hands about it. But hey, you earned this win tonight, man. You got up on the wheel and did what you had to do. You ran the top. You went as high as you could on the racetrack. You ran the middle. You went down to the basement as well. So, man, it's been certainly good for you the second half of this year, hasn't it?
Oh yeah, this year's been great so far. I thought at the start of this year I might as well just try and get one win, and that first win led into 2, that led into 3, and then it's just so on. Now I'm up to 8.
What was it? At what point of the year where you said, okay, you got to go on here and run with these guys? At one point, I mean, it just had to give you a lot of confidence, wasn't it?
After back at Vivian, after I passed Converse for the lead on that 700 to win, that's when I really had the confidence to get out there and wheel that car and know that I could do it.
How much is a young racer though? Do you know? Let's get the good out of it. How much is that? You know, confidence. I always tell people that confidence is a lethal substance in this sport. If you don't have it, then you have nothing. How important do you think that is, just as a young racer?
You have to be calm. You know, the first few times that kept me from getting wins was I would panic whenever I'd get the lead taken from me or something like that, or something would feel wrong in the car and I'd panic and overdrive and have something stupid happen. You know, but you have to be able to chill out and focus on the race car and focus on what the track is doing to be able to win.
Another great job for you tonight, youngster. Let's hear about the folks that help you out in the race car.
First off, I got to thank the good Lord for giving me this opportunity, and I've kept my prayers in with James Kyle's family. I haven't been racing around here long enough to have known him very personally, but he was a huge part of the vibe of this track. You know, hearing him come over the intercom all the time. You know, definitely gonna miss hearing that. I got to thank Mom and Dad, Hartman Walsh, PPG, and Iron Temple Gym for helping me out on the race car, and gotta thank everybody in this class. You know, I had a blast out there running with Converse. You know. I hate that we hit, but you know, it was fun. It
was a lot of fun, man. Final thing, I talked to you before you got on a streak and won quite a few races here. I may not see you for the rest of the year. Got some plans out of town, but if I don't see you again, what are your plans for next year and for the rest of this year? Do you have a few more races, and what's your plans for next year at this point?
Well, hopefully I'm about to go hot lap and modified real quick, and I'm not sure about next year. We might stay in this class another year. It just depends on how the rest of the year goes. But I'd bet on us being in here one more year and seeing where it takes me from there.
Absolutely, man. Sky's the limit for you. Best of luck.
Thank you. Appreciate you.
Good luck for him, folks. 17-year-old Michael King Jr. grabs the 4-cylinder win tonight. And everybody's going,
They're all up there now.